see, it's a boy. And this boy walks into school every day like this. Because he knows that if he looks up, that if he makes eye contact, if he gets any sort of attention, it's not going to be good. You see, this boy has been bullied his whole life. You see, he's always been told he's not good enough. He's always been told that he's not good enough to anything. He's been beaten up, he's been spit on, he's been pushed down. He's been bullied. And you see, he gets home at night, and he sits on his bed, and he just made it through another day. And he rejoices in the fact that the day is over. After a couple of minutes of that, the dark cloud comes back, and he realizes he's got to get up and do it again tomorrow. I've got to wake up, I've got to do it all again. And as he's sitting on that bed, he's waiting. You see, it's a girl. And this girl is popular. She has friends. You know, she gets invited to all the pool parties on the weekend. She's in sports. She's in activities. But she knows something's missing. See, she realizes when she puts that mask on every morning. She puts that smile on. But she knows something's not there. And as she's hanging out with her friends in the lunchroom, as they're laughing about something, and she's putting that smile back on again, you see, she's waiting. See, it's another boy, and this boy has been told since the time he was a very little kid, this is what you need to be to succeed. You need to get these grades. You need to be this good at sports. You need to have this girlfriend. And he's so stressed because he has to have these things. Because that's what he's been convinced of. And as he's at home at night with his nose in the books for hours trying to get this A, or as he's on the field, he's on the court, trying to do the best he can so he's not a failure. You see, he's waiting. You see, it's a girl who has been ignored forever. Her parents got divorced when she was little, and neither one of them really wanted her. They pretty much fought to see who wouldn't have to take her. She hasn't had a friend since she was real little. Boys, if she gets him to date her, keep breaking up with her. And you see, at night, late at night, when she is in the bathroom alone, and she has that razor blade, she's just trying to see if she's still alive. If she can still feel anything at all. See, she's waiting. We're all waiting at some point. Every single one. Right. God, thank you so much for this time that we have that we can come and spend with you. And just spend a little bit of time in your word and learn and see who exactly you are. I pray that tonight as I speak that if you have something you want me to say, you just speak through it. If I've got something written that doesn't make sense, that's dumb, that isn't you, take it away from me. It's your name and pray. Okay. So, yesterday, I graduated from college. And, pretty big momentous occasion to me. If you would have told me, like, I don't know, 6, 7 years ago, and then you're going to graduate from college, nonetheless, you're going to do it in 4 years, I was like, that's ridiculous. That's just not for me. That's not going to work out. And so, but I mean, it happened, and they gave me like a diploma and everything. That's pretty sweet. And so, I did it, and like time kind of flew by. I mean, it feels just like yesterday. I was this wee little lad, and I was running around, and nothing really mattered about anything. I could just live life to the fullest, you know. But I was looking through some photo albums, and I brought some pictures for you guys. We can put the first picture up. There's me. That's me in preschool. This is right before kindergarten. And I was looking at this picture, and funny thing about this picture, you guys can't really tell in this picture, but when I was little, kind of still now, I had these real bad cowlicks, which if you guys don't know what cowlicks are, you're real lucky. It's these things in your hair that like make your hair stick up in the most awkward, horrible, disrespectful manners ever created. And so I had my whole head was basically a cow. And so my preschool teacher, I guess, one day we were taking our class pictures, and yeah, this is my preschool class picture. And I was walking, she told me something, I guess she just happened out. She was like, that's not going to do. And she takes out this tape and just sticks it on the back of my head. So the back of my hair is taped down with this picture. So but I thought it was good. We go to the next picture. This is me a couple years down the road. This is first grade. Miss Black's class at Westview Elementary. First grade. And this is really, first grade is really the last time you draw pictures for fun in class. And so we were drawing pictures, and it was December, and I remember that because the whole class was supposed to be drawing pictures of Frosty the Snowman. And if you know me at all, you know I'm a terrible artist. Like, I can't draw at the same time. And on top of that, I'm just not a big fan of Frosty. I think he's kind of creepy. The whole idea of the snowman coming alive kind of scared me. So I was like, if I'm going to draw something, I'm going to draw something really cool. And so I started drawing a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle because it was the only thing I really could draw. And so I'm drawing this turtle, and this kid who sat next to me, his name was Corey. Corey Williams. That's his name. And that's real. I didn't expect that. And apparently he didn't like the fact that I wasn't drawing Frosty. I don't know if he's a huge Frosty fan, but he didn't like it. So he came over to my desk and he took my crayon, the green one, which you need to draw a Teenage Mutant Turtle, took it from me and said, "You can't have this back." And so I said, "Okay, Evan, sit back, think about this rationally. Let's decide what the next best step is." And so I figured, next best step, obviously, get out of my chair, pick up my chair, and throw it at him. And it didn't end well for me. I got some good points. I got my crayon back there before I went to the principal's office and finished it right there. But that was first grade for me in a nutshell. Next picture. This is where it started to go downhill. This is sixth grade. And I don't know if you can tell, you can kind of tell a little bit in the front. But sixth grade for me was when frosted tips were real cool. And basically that's when they dyed the tips of your hair blonde. It was super cool, trust me. And I was like, "Dad, I need those tips. You gotta give me those tips." And so of course my dad gave me the tips, and really he didn't do it right. Like, well, he frosted them fine, but he frosted areas deeper than other areas. And so the next haircut I had these little blonde, like, cheetah spots all over my hair. And I got called, like, Cheetah Boy for the next, like, 2 weeks. It sounds cool, like, it'd be cool if it didn't hurt my feelings. Next picture. This is me, freshman year, football. Some of you guys who know me know that when I played football, it was like some of the best times of my life. Like, I love football, and we had a really good year this year. And as I looked at this picture, I realized how much fun I had when I played. But I also, looking back on it, realized at this time I was the only kid on my team that went to church. I was the only kid on my team that knew who Jesus was. And I don't know if I just didn't really care about it, I just didn't think about it, but I never thought to talk to anyone about it. So, I mean, I had a lot of great times in football, but when I see this picture now, looking back on it, it's kind of the only thing I see. No funny story there. Next picture. This is me last year. These are two of my best, this is at my wedding, obviously. I don't express it like that, but these are two of my best friends. The one on the tie, his name's Chris. The one on the all black, his name's Tony. And throughout high school, we were just like inseparable. We were best friends, did everything together. Neither one of them they don't go to church, they're not Christians. And to be honest, they came to my wedding last year, but I was looking at this picture a couple days ago, and I don't know where they're at. I know that, I think Chris a couple of months ago moved down to Florida, but I don't really talk to him anymore. And I have no idea what Tony's doing now. And I was thinking about it, and I was wondering why that is. Like, why? And I think the main reason is because I was just never had enough courage, never had enough strength to tell them who I really was. And maybe if I would have told them who I was, we'd still be friends. Maybe they would be here tonight. I don't know. But it just kind of made me sad that I had an opportunity like this, just like when I played football, and I shied away from it. That's the end of the pictures. But looking back on these photos on these albums I had, I saw all these opportunities. All these chances that God may or may not have put in front of me, and I just went, "Ew. It'll be tomorrow." Whether I was too nervous, whether I was scared, honestly, whether I just didn't care, I always thought there would be another opportunity. And like I said earlier, time flies. And looking back on it, missed opportunities. It was always, God, who am I? I'm not gifted enough, I'm not spiritual enough, I don't have all the answers. Who am I? Tonight, I want to read a story out of Matthew. It's one, honestly, I don't think we always do it like this, but it is legit one of the coolest, most incredible stories of all time. It's in Matthew 14. So I'm going to read it. Stick with me.